What's up, guys? So, all of us are in different situations and positions. And location, money, circumstances, whatever, is all kind of things that influence how often we can practice, how we practice, etc. I want to show you guys something real quick that might be a good option for you and something to think about. I've got two things here from my buddy over at 241 Tactical that I wanted to show you. And the first one is this. The second one is this. What are they? These are airsoft guns. However, they are a little different than what is typically seen and used and thought of in regards to airsoft guns. I like these. I'm going to get into why, so bear with me here. I think for a lot of people, these might be some really good training options. Now, real quick, for those of you that aren't familiar with airsoft, airsoft guns shoot little plastic BBs, and they're usually powered one of a couple of ways, either by an electrical system that takes a battery or by a gas system that you charge it up with compressed gas. There are a myriad of different options and stuff and companies available that make them. Now, most people, when you start talking about using airsoft in training, you get all kind of different ideas of what it is and what it isn't. I'm not a fan of playing, in quotes, airsoft as a way of practice. For a lot of reasons, it's too much to get into here. What I want to specifically talk about is these two airsoft guns. These, used properly, I think can be a valuable tool. So let me get into the first one. The first one is this particular handgun. This is this company's close facsimile Glock-ish type gun. So it's kind of about the size of like a Glock 17. You've got a Glock type takedown lever, Glock type slide stop, trigger safety, mag catch, etc. It's very Glock-like. The magazine is where you load the BBs in, and you charge the mag itself up via a little port on the bottom with the gas, and the gas is what operates the gun. Now this gun, when you shoot it, it actually cycles like a real gun. On the last shot, it will lock open like a real gun. And then you reload it and hit your slide stop and keep going, just like a real gun. The magazine on this one, I believe, holds 17 rounds, just like a Glock 17. It might be more, but I believe it's 17. Irregardless, for realism's sake, you could load your mags with 17 BBs, and then you would get the actual simulation, stress there, of using a Glock to shoot. Unlike some airsoft guns, you don't just have a magazine full of 200 BBs that you can just endlessly. With the slide cycling, while it's not as heavy and doesn't recoil like a real gun, it's still going to give movement that's going to force you to get your sights back on target and get a sight picture. Now, something like this, you could easily set up paper targets inside your house, outside in your backyard, wherever, and it's going to be pretty much silent for the most part. Obviously not going to attract noise or make noise and attract attention, kind of like a real one would. And at close range, it's something that you can use when done properly to simulate using a real gun, getting a sight picture, doing a smooth trigger press, doing reloads, set up things in your backyard or garage, whatever, that you can use as cover to work around. A lot of possibilities with this. It's kind of cool because the gun itself, you can actually take it apart like a real gun. The barrel comes out, the recoil spring comes out. I mean, it looks almost like a Glock inside. It's kind of ingenious in that regard. That's the handgun. This is their M4 variant. Cool things about this is it will actually take regular, real handguards of whatever type, stocks, pistol grips. The Picatinny rail up top, the charging handle, the carry handle comes off, and you can put optics, whatever you want on there. It's a standard pick rail. The charging handle works just like normal. It locks open on the last shot. Your mag release is the same. Your bolt catch is the same, etc. You can break this apart, take the bolt and charging handle out just like a real gun. There is a buffer and buffer spring in the receiver extension. This one works the same way. Your magazines are where you load the BBs at and charge it with the gas, and that's what runs the gun. Excuse me, I think these mags hold 40 rounds. Excuse me. If you want to make it realistic, just load 30 into it instead of 40. Again, it's not one of the ones that you just, shoot 500 rounds through without reloading. Your safety selector works just like the real deal. Safe, semi, and then if you want to have fun, it will go full auto, and it does fire in full auto. Like I said, everything else on it is actual specs of like a real gun. So you can change out furniture. You could set this up as an identical clone to your real gun that you use, or pretty close to it, and something that you can practice with at close range on paper targets in your garage, backyard, whatever. Even with friends doing force on force. Now, there are limitations to this. It's not the same as using something like UTM or whatever. You're not going to have the range and accuracy, etc. But for some folks, this might be a viable option to at least get you trigger time. And these guns versus other ones that I've seen, at least like with this one with the bolt cycling in it with every shot, it's going to give a little movement. Now granted, it's not the same recoil as a real gun, but even that little bit of movement that it gives you is still going to force you to have to get a sight picture every time. That's what's going to be key, is simulating a real gun, of acquiring that sight picture and getting a smooth press on the trigger and putting the rounds where you want them to. So while I'm not a big fan of playing airsoft, I think these have some potential to be good practice tools, especially for a lot of folks that might not be able to get to the range, as often as they need to, might not be able to afford to get to the range as often as they need to, whatever. Like I said, there's all kind of various situations that may dictate that. I still got to get some gas and BBs for these guns, and once I do, I will try them out. I'll try to get a video up for you guys and let you see what they do, and see how we're thinking about using them here on my end. Again, if you don't go about it in the mindset of a game and actually treat it the same way you would real practice with real guns, I think there can be some benefits there, and it's not overly expensive. So if you're interested in these, contact 241 Tactical. I'll put the website address down in the description box, and hit them up. I'll get something else more up for you guys as soon as I can. I just wanted to get a brief overrun about these, and that I've got them and what I plan on trying to do with them. So you guys take care, go get trained, go practice, and I'll see you later.